and people were saying, what if Nicki says this and if Nicki says that? And they and MT and you know, and I said it's okay, MTV, I can control myself. Because if you can't control yourself, you can't control anything around you, right? But you know who can't control themselves? Roman. Red Ruby the Sneeze. Charlie. So I'll think about it. Real quick. MTV.
That was from their old beef.
I always wonder how one of the greatest rappers of all time turned into a coked up hag that calls 7-year-old children ugly monkeys and roaches at 1 a.m. While we were sleeping, the rap girlies were fighting, and the drama has reached a new low. And if you're probably thinking,
there's people that are dying.
Trust me, I understand, but enjoy this pop culture moment. Now, keep in mind, all of this started over Motorsport. The song isn't even that dang good, okay? Before you say it didn't, I got the chart right here. But this new exchange occurred last night when the two started going back and forth after Nicki Minaj ended her Twitter blackout and started rage tweeting after Cardi B's album went #1 on Billboard. Now, this escalated into us getting never-before-seen photos of the two of them when they almost fought at New York Fashion Week. And then soon after that, it escalated with horrible insults towards Cardi B's daughter. A 7-year-old child was called a vulture, monkey, ugly, and a roach by a 40-year-old woman. In response, Cardi said Nicki Minaj's child bangs on spoons because she did drugs with him allegedly while she was pregnant. In between, we got commercial breaks where Nicki would randomly whack Jay-Z. Now, this exchange continued into the early morning hours, and at the time of this video, none of the tweets have been deleted. I always wonder how...
So in Nicki's defense, Cardi, she done call black women monkeys, talking about she hope people die of AIDS, and she done did all type of crap and said all type of stuff. So I think they probably are about even now.
Cardi versus Nicki. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If y'all think one time Nicki gonna vote with Cardi in a fight, y'all done lost y'all fucking mind. Man, Cardi gonna walk Nicki. All that Barbie shit, man, she gonna put a Barbie across that ass. I'm telling you now. Man, you know where Cardi come from? I'm talking about fuck the bronze, whatever. They been stripping. Do you know how tough you got to be to work in a strip club, bro? That shit is not easy. They fight every night before they get on the pole. She been walking bitches all her life before she even stripped, and have the energy to go out there in front of men and still shake that ass up and down that pole. Man, Nicki ain't finna fuck with Cardi. Lock both of them up in the room and my money on Cardi. Simple, straight up. We can bet anything. Cardi versus Nicki. Now, I ain't gonna...
I have no clue. I just want to let the world know that Nicki Minaj would never, has never, and will never speak ill of anyone's child. I am not...
How did everybody sleep? Because, I got no sleep last night. Because if you weren't online, as I was trying to get some sleep and lay down and get my life in order, Twitter erupted, okay? With Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj. And it got really, really nasty. It got really, really dangerous. Okay?
Y'all, this some more Wiggins.
Foul meetings were had. Barney B was trending. Cocaine Barbie. Our mom was trending. Wait. I don't know how we got in it. but it was a lot going on. Audios got leaked, exposing Cardi B for being fake and a fraud. Talado crashing out against Ice Spice. Told you guys, one day you guys are going to listen to me. We're going to get into all of that. JT has entered the chat too last night. Right now on Twitter, as we speak, she's getting into it with Cardi B's sister. So it's a lot of details. This is probably going to be a lengthy live, but lucky for me and you, I have all the receipts on the timeline. So if you guys missed Nicki's tweets last night, I have majority, if not all of them, because I was literally minute by minute screenshotting, posting, because I knew I was going to do the show today. A lot of you guys were asking me, go live in the moment. But the thing is, the way that Nicki was doing her tweets last night, if I would have went live trying to focus on the chat and do all that, I would not have been able to get the information for a smooth stream. So I sacrificed last night to have all the content on my page so then we can talk about it and go through the tweets. Do you guys have your water? Are you on lunch? Are you ready? Are you ready? But they said fix the fix. Let's see the fix now. We're just going bananas yesterday. Okay.
I know I'm not the only one that's watching Nicki Minaj and Cardi B go. Like, I'm literally like this on both of their Twitters. Y'all, what the fuck is going on? Y'all, it's been a 7-year break since you got a real interview. Female rap will never be the same, bro. They mentioning kids and shit. Like, what the fuck do the kids do? Cardi said the baby gotta bang the spoons, and she said culture is ugly. Y'all, it's a lie. And I understand that Nicki Minaj is doing this for promo, and Cardi is probably just mad as fucking fed up, because, bitch, you feel me? Like, you only got so many times to pick me, but damn. And I'm not biased at all, but, like, what the fuck? They have been beefing since, what, 2018? I was 18. I am 25 now. Well, 24, about to be 25 in 5 days, but it's a lie. What the fuck?
Y'all, like, I'm on Twitter like this right now. Like, she keeps saying something like Barney B.
I'm not sure why y'all are forcing this Nicki Minaj and Cardi B comparison and hate on the internet, but let's just wrap this shit up with saying this. Nicki Minaj was this female rap standard. So for any female rapper that came in the game, you had to come close to a Nicki Minaj, okay? And nobody was able to fucking do that. Nicki been in the game for over 20 years. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comment section. You had Lil Miss Old Cardi B, the stripper, the one who they talked so horrible about, the one that they downplayed, the one that they basically said was never gonna fucking make it, the one that they laughed at. She's probably too loud, too ghetto, too all of that. They're like, no, we don't want to deal with her. She's right. Came in the game, got her moment, boom, Bodak Yellow, boom, made a name, boom. And that first album, freshman album, right? She came close to Nicki Minaj numbers. She hit stats that no other female rapper has done besides Nicki Minaj. To the point where she was literally neck and neck with Nicki Minaj since she dropped. Y'all gotta follow me here. Boom. Invasion of Privacy. Success. That lady was able to eat off that album for 7 fucking years. A new artist did that? Cardi? Acting like she not really who the fuck she say she is? Y'all wanna keep talking about 2-week stats, the 2-week stats, 300K, 200K. Is y'all dumb? Do y'all understand what the fuck that lady did? She made motherfucking history. The last female rap artist to make history was who? Nicki Minaj. Let's keep going. Okay, boom. Here she go out. New album drop. Am I the drama? Clearly she's the motherfucking drama because she got all of the motherfucking rap girlies back in the motherfucking booth. Cardi B is the only female rap artist. Let's wrap this shit up with this. To be number 1 on the Billboard, both albums. The only. Cardi B is the new standard. Nicki Minaj is the old standard. Cardi B is what girlies have to get. Nicki Minaj is gonna always be she's gonna always be a legend. You can never take that away from her. But Cardi B came in the game and set a new standard. She's telling these rap girlies to get back in the booth, get the motherfucker to work. Stop thinking that you can hop on social media, drop an album, and get the fucking sale same day. Stop thinking you ain't gotta connect with your audience. Stop thinking that you ain't gotta motherfucking show the fuck up regardless of what your life got going on. Minaj is the legend. She created the lane. Cardi B is that artist. Came in the game, broke the motherfucking records. Okay? And if ChatGPT was gonna settle this debate, here's what the say to some of y'all think in the comment section, but at the end of the day, let's wrap this shit up and let Cardi continue to win.
Did Cardi just tweet? Favorite color is 5.
gonna say, Lord forgive me. I don't mean to laugh, but I felt it from that. Like, and I feel like that should be the end of everything. Like, just stop it there. Because at this point, we're going too far. I have seen manic episodes. I have never seen a manic episode last this long. Somebody needs to get her help. Because her tweeting, what else can you say about my man? Besides, he on the registry and we can't go to Chuck E. Cheese. Girl. You also remember that you said and planned to have a baby with this man. Knowing you wasn't gonna be able to take your kid around other kids with him around. Somebody call those people again so they could get out there immediately. This
I ain't gonna hold you, bitch. When Carter drop, they gonna have to get in the field, fuck a booth. These bitches talking about kids, trying to find out each other addresses. Where you at? Where you at? Come find me now. Fuck all that. Y'all can meet up at my house. And I won't tell nobody. I'm telling you the truth. Y'all bitches can fight in whatever room y'all want to fight in up in this bitch. To be honest, I'm gonna put y'all hoes in the bathroom. And I'm gonna close and lock that door. And if it take y'all too long to fight, I'm gonna come in there and I'm gonna push y'all together. I don't give a damn. It's time for them to tussle. Get in the booth, get in the booth. No, fuck that field. Now. Ain't nobody stun out there rapping shit no more. I don't want to see shit with bitch. We talking about children now. Oh, you want to talk about mama? No, fuck that. They talk about children. I want to see them knuck if you buck in this bitch. Run up, get done up, cock it back and get gun up. Put hoes in them like donuts. Now he's talking about hold up. I want to see bitches knuck if you buck in this bitch. I cannot wait. I can't fucking wait. So I love to see folks in shit and it ain't got nothing to do with me. I just fucking love this shit. Yeah.
Cardi went for the jugular. Her husband and her brother, my God. Cardi, you are a whole comedian. Talk about, damn, she was studio magnet, hard as hell, huh? She must have been. She quoting your lyrics. And then you gonna troll her with a mugshot of her brother in a pink wig, too? Oh, I'm weak. Y'all, this is happening in real time. Because, like, she tweeted this at 11:40 p.m. I'm recording this. It's 11:45 p.m., okay? Why you keep bringing up my album? It's not the gag that you think it is. You've been in the game like 16 years. You need to compare yourself to your peers that started around your time. Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Drake. Those are the numbers you need to be competing with, and you can't because you're doing lower than all of them. Ooh! I was in high school when you came out. What the fuck is you comparing yourself to me for? I'm with you when you're right. I mean, did she lie? Did she lie? Did she fucking lie? Onika, girl, I expect better from the queen of rap than this AI slop. Cause why? Why Jay-Z got the big wig? And why you put Bell? Barney. You put her in a Barney with the knot on her head from that Met Gala. What was it? Some fashion thing where y'all fought. And she got a knot on her head. You are fucking petty. Miss Petty versus Pretty and Petty as fuck. She gonna say, raw dog and pregnant with the fourth baby. Barney B, BV, HPV. Allegedly. These tweets supposed to be read out loud so you can hear the rhyming, so you can hear the alliteration, the assonance of it all. But no.
It was all a scam. All a hustle, it was all a scam. All a hustle, it was all a scam.
I'm entertained, but these are just random thoughts. Whoever violated HIPAA to give Cardi B that information, they're coming for you. Oh my God, what a nasty, low-down thing to say to someone, and I think that it was warranted. Cardi and Nicki both go to hell with each other, and Cardi just took it lower and lower and lower and lower. Because personally, I feel like Nicki, she wasn't wrong with that ABCDEFG line. She wasn't. I liked Am I the Drama? Like, I listened to that album. It's cohesive. It banged. That bar was soft to me, right? But Nicki, if you gonna come in hot, come in hotter, because it was like Cardi B was waiting on her. Like, and then she tweets like, I was just making ribs, y'all. And then she wanted to bother me on Twitter. No, it was like she had receipt after receipt after receipt where I said, Nicki, stand up. Nicki, what's going on? Cardi is obliterating you right now. And I am biased. I'm 100% gonna tell you I'm biased. Like, this is just in case it's not, obvious. But receipt after receipt after receipt. And then, like, you have, Cardi acknowledged, all right, y'all, I did 200K. It is what it is. Thank y'all for buying it. I need to work harder, right? And Nicki continuously poking fun. A couple weeks ago, oh, I'm dropping an album. All of this stuff is perspective. I think Nicki got to come back in some way. She might. Maybe we'll get a song, a diss track, right? We need to talk about how they both ignore JT. Like, yeah, the two people fighting, and here goes some JT trying to get in, and they did not even respond to that woman because neither of them rocked with her. All in all, I love real rap beef. Bring it here, okay? Maybe we'll get another like intense song that like is not good for Nicki. I don't know, man, but I am tuned in. What's really hard is that like Nicki, I rapped Easy. This was on Beat Me Up, Scotty. I rapped Easy from front to back. Her verse, that like everybody at one point in their life was a bard. Like, that is a literal known fact. I'm not even apologizing about that, right? But right now, the state of where she's at and the state of her later music, to be clear, right? Her later music, her family circumstances, the people she surrounds herself with, and that can also be said to Cardi, right? I just think that for some reason, the way, I think Cardi is leaning into it. Like, naming her album Am I the Drama already was a crazy thing to do. The answer is yes, you are. You're the drama. But then, like, any other craziness that surrounds her album feeds into her rollout. Like, setting herself up like that. Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj, round whatever we're on, okay? The Twitter wars.
Nicki Minaj formally apologized to Culture. Okay.
Lace fronts, roaches and monkeys, gooey hole, Rock Nation, Barney, tilapia. Imagine all of these words being related right now. Dare I say, the ladies absolutely should fight physically. We should actually set it up. This has gone to the point of no return. I think everybody, even Kev on stage and his Christian behind, said that y'all should fight. So I say we set it up like a Mayweather boxing ring. Put the girls in that boxing ring. Make sure they're mic'd up because I do need to hear their insults going back and forth. I want it on the Jumbotron. 3 rounds, that's it. Yes, let's go ahead and set that up. And after that, you girls cannot speak anymore, okay? You get 1 fight, and that's it. Yes. And dare I say, after that fight, whomever wins, lose, or draw, you guys have to be silent for the years to come until you both reach the age of 50 plus. Then I want you guys to collaborate
on a unified mixtape and go on a world tour together, giving Brandy and Monica post-slapping each other backstage. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Cardi B told Nicki Minaj she's mad because her son's favorite color is 5. This is a beef I would never understand. Why are y'all beefing with each other? And I know it gotta be Nicki Minaj. That lady is so jealous. She thinks she's supposed to be the only rapper alive, the female rapper alive. Ma'am, let it go. Let it go. It should not be no war between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. And then Nicki Minaj versus all the rappers, female rappers. And then Nicki Minaj calling Cardi B kids monkeys. What? Why are you calling them kids monkeys? First of all, the kids are beautiful. Cardi B has some pretty ass kids. So for Nicki Minaj to get on here and say that, I'm like, girl, she's so disrespectful and she does not care. She say whatever come to her mind, and I'm glad Cardi B be clapping her ass back. Cause why are you talking about that lady kids? Talking about they monkeys, and then she speaking on culture, calling her out specifically. Yeah, I would have to slap her. Cardi B told Nicki Minaj she mad because her son's favorite color is 5.
And I'm bad like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still wanna party.
Bring 6 seconds doing instructional class.
I just want to apologize in advance. It's about to get nasty. Nicki Minaj went ahead and said, Culture, you are a roach and a monkey just like your sister. Oh, Lord. Mind you guys, this whack comes after Cardi B went ahead and said that she would spill the tea on why Papa Bear don't know his ABCs. Cardi B went ahead and responded to Nicki Minaj calling Culture, for one, a vulture, and for two, pretty much calling Culture ugly. Cardi B went ahead and said that Nicki Minaj's son is nonverbal, which was probably the biggest mistake that Cardi B could have done. Cardi B went ahead and said, Papa Bear, I'm sorry you can't speak, and banging spoons because your mom couldn't put the drinks down. I'm sorry your mom not even paying attention to you on your own birthday because she's such an obsessed and dark-spirited, hated hoe. I'm so sorry. Nicki Minaj sent out a warning, and she told Lucian, Elliott, and Rock Nation, yo, y'all better get her, because if y'all don't, things about to get real nasty. And things definitely did get even nastier. Nicki Minaj went ahead and uploaded a few tweets just pertaining to Bodega Barney and Barney Dangerous and Barney B, and even addressed Hennessy. Nicki Minaj also went ahead and said, where's the roach spray? I'ma say that in her disease-riddled mouth. Bunch of And in response, Cardi B went ahead and dropped the allegation that is so sickening. Cardi B went ahead and addressed Nicki Minaj's father, who recently passed away within the last, I believe, 3 to 4 years. He recently just passed away. And she went ahead and said this right here. I'm not going to read that out loud, but you all can read if you can read. With this type of allegation, Cardi B better be ready, because this allegation and this tweet that Cardi B put out is a serious allegation. And Nicki Minaj is already talking about suing. So this is serious, and Cardi B really better watch out, because she's playing a dangerous game with stuff like this. Towards the end of the back and forth, Nicki Minaj went ahead and pretty much leaked that Barney B had their whole label fly out to Cali to beg Nicki Minaj to do a joint tour and album with her. She don't want to have to drop the receipts, she's saying. That's why they tried to go ahead and sabotage her tour. Drop the receipts, you dumb. You costing them millions with your $4 album and $5 coupons. And in response to that, Cardi B did not deny the fact that her label potentially and allegedly asked Nicki Minaj to come on tour with her and to do a joint album. She did not deny the allegations. child, things are, when I say heated, I mean things are heated, and there's no coming back from.
I tried to tell y'all to stop listening to these secular artists. Quavo, was it worth it, dummy? No career? Takeoff going? Just in case y'all might not know what she's talking about, let me show y'all. Quavo and Takeoff did a music video called Messy. And in the beginning of the music video, they were waking up after having a bad dream. And the music video is their bad dream. Y'all peep the Halloween decorations. So one of the scenes in the music video is a gambling table that turns into a fight. Side note, as a creative director myself, every music video is planned months in advance, and every prop you see is intentional. In another scene, Quavo's on the bed holding a gun and a contract. Y'all, these props have nothing to do with the lyrics or the music video. Had to get a close-up so y'all know I'm not bluffing. Then lastly, there's a scene with Takeoff standing next to a rest in peace sign with the Grim Reaper. Everything is intentional. But let's put this all together. Takeoff was murdered Halloween night, the most demonic night of the year, over a dice game that turned into a fight. And I know it says November 1st. He was killed at 2:30 a.m. Halloween night, which is really November 1st. But y'all get the gist. It's too much connecting the dots for this to be a coincidence. The one thing I do find ironic is that they changed the release date. This is not the original drop date. This is the actual date that Takeoff was murdered. That's really weird. So taking it all the way back to Nicki Minaj's comment, Quavo, was it worth it, dummy? No, it never is. That is the whole point of doing the deal with the devil. You're always going to come up short. It's because it is a counterfeit provision. You are only going to get fame and riches, but it's not worth your soul. And I know the whole beef is about who's the best rapper, who won the most awards, who performed here, who charted the best, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. None of this stuff can go with you. Y'all really think that in this spiritual realm that they care about awards, that they care about clout? No, they're after.
So, oh my God, Cardi B called Nicki Minaj's son non-verbal after Nicki Minaj tweeted that Culture was ugly and called Cardi B a culture vulture too. After Cardi B tweeted that she knew something about Papa Bear, basically alluding to the fact that he had autism. So now Nicki Minaj is like, I'm in New York, where you at? Pull up, let's fight. Like, it's a lot going on. First of all, Cardi B is pregnant, is all outdoors. So she not going there now. Cardi B like, bitch, fuck you, fuck that. We is that. We pulling up. So let's fight. Like, girl, you are pregnant. Where Hennessy at? Where is Hennessy? Because at this point, Cardi B's sister need to fight Nicki Minaj. Because Cardi B, you pregnant. You cannot be fighting pregnant. You cannot be fighting pregnant, and you know it. Something got to happen, because this is getting really deep. First of all, Culture is a beautiful little girl. Second of all, we don't know if Nicki Minaj's son is nonverbal or not. I don't think I ever heard him talk, now that I think about it. But who knows? We're not about to sit out here and act like Nicki Minaj is the same type of mother as Krishan Rock. We're not about to do that. We're not about to do that, because if Nicki Minaj's son did have something going on, I'm sure she's utilizing every resource possible to get him help. So we're not about to make it seem like Papa Bear's in the same boat as Krishan Jr. And I'm not even trying to compare kids, but y'all know how everybody be going in, because we could clearly see that Krishan needs some type of intervention, Krishan Jr. And Krishan ain't equipped. I bet my bottom dollar that if something is going on with Nicki's son, she's getting him everything possible to make sure that he's on track and he can have the best quality of life that he can have. And Culture is not ugly. Like, this is crazy. They need to stop. It gets to a point, now they about to meet up and fight. So, oh my God, Cardi B called Nicki Minaj's son non-verbal after.
You are done out here. They gonna get you. They gonna get you next.
As of the last few days, Cardi B has been celebrating the success of her latest album, Am I the Drama? This was one of the screenshots that she posted to Instagram that says that she is the first female rapper in history to debut her first 2 albums, so in a row, on the Billboard 200 as the #1 album. This is another screenshot that she posted. It
Nicki, it makes you look like a hater. We're too old. And in all honesty, you are aiding her in selling her album because the level of publicity that she is now gaining, she wouldn't have even been able to pay for. Like, she was dominating the blogs last week because of the album records and whatnot that they were breaking. Now, all of a sudden, she's back in the blogs this week after the hoopla of the album. We already got through that. Now she's back in the blog all this week while she has an album out. And so, I always say, while you dig in one ditch, you might as well dig two, because what you got planned for me is going to happen to you. It appears as if you jumped on the internet in an effort to read, shade, name, hate on her, whatever word you want to use. And in doing so, all you did was gave this girl a free level of promotion that's going to further propel her already successful album. That's my 2 cents on it. The second thing that I want to say is, if I was Nicki Minaj, to be quite honest with you, you just too rich to give a damn. And I think some people, once they get a little bit of success or a lot of bit of success, they need to go back and spend the night in the house they grew up in, or go back and take a nap in the neighborhood they grew up in to help them gain a little bit of perspective. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remotely have close to what Nicki Minaj and Cardi B have. But the little bit that I got, just the little bit that I got, it really puts me in a mind frame where I just be like, child, girl, I ain't finna argue with you. Bitch, I'm laying down. Bitch, I'm down to the Houstons with my friend. I ain't finna argue.
Ooh, so y'all thought the drama was over? Nicki Minaj claims she was asked to leave New York and accuses Cardi B of mocking her son. Cardi B responds, I'm not gonna let her flip the narrative. So Nicki Minaj posted, she says, guess who just got a call telling me I have to leave New York? Is this not suspicious? LOL. We're not going anywhere. So Nicki Minaj claims that she was told to leave New York because of her beef with Cardi. They were going back and forth online, and she's like, she's not leaving New York. And she also says, I guarantee you that girl will never ever get on the net and discuss another black baby again. I can guarantee that girl will never ever call a black woman roaches and monkeys again. Someone had to do it. Cardi B did before get online and then was calling people roaches and monkeys. I remember that. And she says she grown, she can say whatever she wants, which is just messy. It's funny how all the other queens stayed silent while she mocked my son for years. And then Cardi B was like, how did I mock your son? All I did was get online and speak about how my son is reading and can spell his name at 3 years old. I'm just letting the world know. And she said, wait, I mocked your son? I posted, my kids are so smart, being 3 years old, spelling out his name. I was so proud. She's so proud of that. And that your fans started attacking my kid. Even my sister had to jump in because why was Wade being attacked? It's all because you and your fans are insecure about your own child. So nobody can brag on theirs. Please bring the receipts of how I mocked your son. You're flipping a narrative like you did in 2018. Bring out the receipts. So she's saying bring out the receipts. And Tasha K, she jumped into it too, stating that witchcraft has been done on Nicki Minaj. And she has proof. She says, I sent Nicki Minaj proof of text messages ordering $1,000 worth of witchcraft on her career and her personal life in the DR. After it was done, her brother went to jail, her dad was killed. she was blackballed, and her relationship with Kenny and his 16-year-old girlfriend that he was wrongfully accused of surfaced. There's a statement from the victim admitting that she lied on Kenny. Nicki knows who did it, ask her. The receipts are legit. We report real news, hashtag Why No Gang for Life. We stand for the truth. She said, if that worked, you wouldn't be around. And she said, my people are African, I'm good, saved by the Holy Ghost. Yeah, so she's saying witchcraft is done on Nicki Minaj. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are still going back and forth. That's the update, y'all.
Do y'all think witchcraft was done on Nicki Minaj?
So a creator that I really like got on here, and basically she was like, she's not Team Cardi or Team Nicki, but she was just speaking from how she feels about the situation, and she basically said that Nicki Minaj is a hater, and you've all worked in a workplace where Nicki was that miserable person that hated everybody that came in underneath them. And obviously I completely disagree, but I am biased, I am a barb. But the analogies that she used really made something click for me that I wanted to relate to the GP, even though I know y'all gonna hate her regardless. But I think a lot of times you guys don't view female rappers as coworkers. Like, these bitches all work at the same job. And not only do they all work at the same job, it's a competitive, merit-based job where they are competing for the promotion every day. And it's no teamwork, it's no none of that. They're always trying to outperform one another to get a promotion. And imagine this. You come in, you fight your way through that job, you get hired, and then you start excelling at your job because of your writing ability. You submit your projects on time, everything is good, and you are getting, a raise. You're making a lot of money and everything like that, but you're not getting the awards. You're not getting recognized for the work. You might be getting paid for it. The money is increasing, but you're not getting recognized. And then all of a sudden, a new hire comes in, and they immediately start getting promoted, right? And at first, you're like, oh, okay, they're getting promoted based off of their skill level. And then you find out that the work that you're doing off the top of the dome and, picking up a fucking encyclopedia and doing theses and all this shit and writing, that they're using ChatGPT.
I like her nails.
And they've been using ChatGPT from the minute that they got in the door. And not only that, the bosses knew that they were using ChatGPT and actually gave them the tool to use it, and they're fine with it because they can get paid. They're making a cut of their raises. So when they get money and they get paid, they're like, oh, it's fine that they're using ChatGPT and doing all of that because they're able to make money off of it. But they've never been able to get a cut of your raises and your bonuses and things like that because you've always submitted your work off the top of your dome. So imagine that, right? And then all of that's going on in the workplace, and you think to yourself, well, damn, if people knew that this was going on, maybe, it would be called out and people would be held accountable. So when you try to expose what's going on so you can get your just due, you're called miserable and a hater, and the GP says, oh no, you're just a hater. No, what they're doing, nothing that they're doing is wrong. You're just mad because they came in less time and got all these awards and rewarded for their behavior and was promoted, and you're just stuck. You're making money, but you're stuck in the same position. That's how I view it. So imagine that. And then on top of that, just think about it like this. At every job that you've ever worked, did you get along with them bitches? Like, now, I'm not even talking about in a standpoint of liking people. Like, if you ever worked in a sales job, what were they your friends or were y'all competing? Exactly. And that's like, I would hope people would view it like that, but no, obviously it's a lot more nuanced than that. But I don't know. I felt like that was a good analogy, and
Cardi B is exactly who she thinks she is, and I'm gonna tell you why. If Cardi B was not any competition to Nicki Minaj would not acknowledge her. If Cardi B was not the artist or a good artist, period, like Nicki Minaj and everybody that follows her think she wasn't, nobody would have to acknowledge Cardi B. Nobody would have to wait until her release date 7 years later after this beef started just to get on here and say anything to address her. Nicki Minaj would not see Cardi B smiling, happy, thriving in her success and her happiness with her new man and her new baby and all of that if Cardi B was nobody to be threatened by. But that's the thing. Nicki Minaj doesn't even believe the things that she says about Cardi B. Nicki Minaj actually believes the complete opposite of what she says that she believes about Cardi B. If Cardi B was not anybody for Nicki Minaj to hate on, you wouldn't hear a peep from her. She can't even contain her disdain for Cardi B because Cardi is very much that. It does not matter in any regard if Cardi B is the lyricist that Nicki Minaj is, because we all know that Nicki Minaj's pen game is strong. We all know that Cardi uses ghostwriters. Even with that, even with the little assistance that Cardi gets, because let's be honest, she writes her rap, she just gets a little assistance. What's wrong with that?
I don't think
If
she
her
write her
pen game
raps
didn't
at
match up to
all.
Nicki Minaj, what's the point? What was the beef ever be about? No, Nicki hates that Cardi is authentic in who she is. Nicki has never been that. When Nicki Minaj came out, she had to pretend like she was a single woman. She could not even acknowledge her man as her man because she felt like she would not be as successful as she is now if she didn't claim to be a single woman. She
It
felt
was
like she had
different
to focus more on her career and her image than
back
being true to
then.
herself. And she's mad that Cardi B, with her 4 children and her being in a relationship out the gate, she feels like Cardi should not have the success that she has. And if Cardi B was not everything that she thinks she is, Nicki Minaj would not have to recruit every other rapper that pen game doesn't match up to hers to beef with Cardi with her. Every time Cardi releases something, Nicki Minaj has to come out of retirement. Hey, y'all, look at me. My numbers are better than hers. Nobody asked you that. Nobody was even thinking about you. But that's the problem. You're mad that when somebody else has the spotlight, you feel like the light on you has been taken away. You know you can share the spotlight with her, right? You know that Cardi being successful does not have to take away from your success, right? It almost sounds like Nicki is trying to convince other people that Cardi is not who she thinks she is. But you can't convince nobody to feel how you feel just because you feel like that. I mean, you might be able to convince your fans of that, but at this point, anybody who agrees with the way you're behaving on the internet and anybody who feels like you're not tarnishing your legacy with your behavior is just as delulu as you. And I love Nicki Minaj. I love Nicki's music, captions for days. And I'm going to continue to listen to her music. What's she going to do about it? I got Cardi B on my phone. I got B on my phone. I got JT on my phone. I got Nicki Minaj on my phone. What the? We, the people, the fans, don't give a fuck. Whose pen game is better than whose? I think I'm gonna be the representative. I speak for everybody when I say nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. Only you, Nikki, and maybe JT, and maybe Bia. But we the people genuinely don't care. We're gonna listen to all y'all. It's entertainment for us. It's entertainment. Who we listen to or decide not to listen to does not take no money out of y'all's pockets. None of y'all. It can't be that serious. Or is it just the deep-rooted jealousy that you're experiencing that you don't even really know or want to admit that you're experiencing? It has to be you're jealous about something, and it's not music. It can't be. If you already know you're the queen, what are you mad about? If on no day Cardi ain't fucking with you lyrically, why would you get on this internet and try to ruin this girl moment and take away from her shine and her happiness because you write better raps than her? Who cares? And then she'll try to convince y'all that, oh, the industry is planning her against me. It's the fans that's comparing her to me. No, it's you. It's you. You're the one comparing yourself to her. Because if it wasn't you, why is your argument or everything that you have to say better? I'm better than Cardi. Or I write better music than Cardi. Or my numbers are better than her numbers. That's comparison. You're creating it up here and in here. You're creating the competition that doesn't exist in your head. You know how crazy that sounds? And the fact that nobody around you will tell you how crazy that sounds is insane to me. As if you would probably listen to them anyway, because you feel like you're better than them too, because you make the most money in XYZ. You jumping up and down and hitting flips and all that on your son's birthday. Pick me, I'm the better artist. I guess I should be getting the endorsements. I should be getting the deal. I should be the voice over the subway system in New York. I'm from there too. And I was out first. I'm a hater. Pick me. It's so crazy because you listening for insults about you is actually supporting her. You knew this girl lyrics. You knew the fact that she said A, B, C, D, E, F, G, these bitches ain't fuck with me. You actually listen to this girl music. You're a fan, I think. And you're mad that you're a fan. And I did say that I love Nicki Minaj, but maybe I said that wrong. I don't think I love her as a person because I don't know her, for one. And for two, I'm a fan of her art. And I am the type of person who can separate
She seemed like she is
from
so
a person's
biased.
character. And the only way that I know any content of your character is by the way you display yourself in regard to Cardi.
Because
Your
she's really
behavior
talking bad.
sickening. It's so obvious that you're a hater. And I don't think your fans, these super fan barbs, when they decided to join and be a barb and be a supporter of Nicki Minaj, I don't think they knew that they were joining a cult. I don't think they knew that they were dedicating their lives to the demise of any artist that Nicki Minaj is threatened by. How did you get into a beef with Miley Cyrus? And worse than that, I don't like bitches.
Oh, yeah, she really is biased.
When a bitch is being funny with them. There is no way that if I was Jay,
She all the way
Nicki
Team
Minaj would have
Cardi.
been able to punk me out on a live, singing some shit like, sing the song this song that you made about me in a playful way. Because that's the thing. Bitches be trying to be playful with real fucking shade. And I don't know who's worse, the bitch throwing the shade or the bitch that's getting the shade thrown at them and acting like they don't see it. There's some crazy shit going on with both of y'all here. Nicki Minaj stole K. Michelle's whole album name and made a song about it. Made it a song of hers. And interfered with K. Michelle having a feature with Meek Mill on her album. And K. Michelle is not even a rap artist. You're that much of a hater that you not only hate on other artists that you feel like are competition to you, you hate on anybody. You're going to hate on me after this video. But I'm going to still listen to your music. It's not going to be anything you can do about it. And I might not listen to it because you might diss me. And I ain't a rapper, so I ain't going to be able to diss you back. So I might not. We'll see. Because you might not see it. But you so invested in Cardi, you going to go looking for anything that has something to do with her. And you going to find it. And you're going to watch it. The whole however many minutes this video is, you're going to watch it. You're going to rewind it. You're going to obsess about it. And you're going to find a way to respond to everything I see. Instead of you listening to Cardi album trying to...
Girl, she not finna be listening for you.
Because he said, love yourself, girl, or nobody will. You're mad that Cardi doesn't acknowledge you or never fell to your feet and sing you praises, whatever the case may be. But you don't even act like you love yourself. Because if you really loved yourself and felt like you were the queen of all rap females, you would not be going outside like this. And J. Cole also said, no such thing as a life that's better than yours. Appreciate your success for what it is. And let that girl have hers. But now you want to...
Now, I guarantee you, Nicki is not finna be looking and listening to your remarks about her. You wish.
Okay, so the barbs keep bringing up this tweet, and it's definitely not the flex that y'all think it is. I've been outside from the beginning of both of these artists' careers. I'm not even talking about the mainstream beginning. The beginning. I was living in Queens during the Nicki Minaj DVD era. This was prior to Young Money. I'm talking about right around the time that she got with Deb. So just know that I know the history of all of this, and I've been paying attention to it over the years. I am a fan of the culture first, before any individual. All this tweet is doing is confirming what people have been saying for a very long time. This entire problem did not stem from Cardi B's side of the situation. It came from the ego of Nicki Minaj, who could not handle a few things. One of them being that Cardi B did not want to dedicate a section of every interview she did glazing Nicki Minaj. That's it. Why do you think that became such a problem? It's for the other thing that her ego couldn't handle. See, if anybody remembers like I remember, there was a point in time where Nicki Minaj ran through the game uncontested. And this does not mean that she didn't make great music during this time. This doesn't mean that she should not be considered one of the greatest female rappers of all time. This does not mean that she should not be considered an absolute icon in her own right. All those things are true, and they'll always remain true. But it is also true that during a certain point in time, realistically, there was no other mainstream option that we would even consider anywhere in the same category. When award season came around, you automatically knew that she was going to win. because who else did they even put in the category? No disrespect to Trina, but I remember one year where the only viable option that could have beat her out for an award was Trina. Fast forward to later, and there was an explosion of female artists on the scene. And now, us, the music fans, had other options to listen to. That doesn't mean people stopped listening to Nicki Minaj, and it doesn't mean that the industry or they tried to replace her. All it meant was that now we had different options of other people that we could listen to on a mainstream level. I've always been a fan and a champion of female rappers, so for me, there's always been other options. Most of them are independent and unsigned. I work with a lot of them myself, but I always discover new talent and listen to them. I can give you some names if you'd like in the comments, let me know. But let me get back to what I'm saying. Once the mainstream audience had other options, the ego couldn't handle it. Why? Because we're talking about an artist who came into the game, into a situation where there was no contest. There was no one else. This is not about competition. This is about people having options, and someone didn't want you to have them. I know. There's people that are going to have stronger opinions about this.
They look like everybody over here going for Cardi. What's up with that? I ain't found too many Nicki people.
If you really want to talk about it, you know where to link me. We could always link up. You know who to reach out. You know.
This was Cardi B 6 years ago talking about the drama with her and Nicki.
If you really want to talk about it, you know where to link me. We could always link up. You know who to reach out. You know.
She look way different, huh?
We could talk about it or we could fight it out. I'm with whatever. But I'm sick and tired of that back and forth shit. I'm not doing it. I'm in a good space right now. Let me know what's up. Wait, and then you once said that I never showed you genuine love. And that's crazy because when you pull up all my videos, you see that I'm always showing you respect. Because you're somebody that I listened to ever since I was in high school. And that's crazy to me because I show you respect. But the difference between me and a lot of these bitches, I don't suck your dick. That's the difference. What you need to do is stop focusing on other people. Focus on yourself and focus on your craft. Because you're out here fucking up your legacy looking like a fucking hater. If you really want to talk about it, you know where to link me. We could always link up. You know who to...
Boy, she look real different. That's what I guess money do, huh? If you don't like your looks and you think you ugly, that means you don't have enough money.
I'm not a damn news reporter, but I'm here to report the news. It's the fact that y'all trying to rewrite this history of this beef, and nobody is buying it. So let's take this shit back to Summer Jam, 2017. Some of you hoes was in elementary school probably when this shit happened. Just in case you're not familiar with it, this right here is what happened 2017. That's a homegoing celebration they had for Nicki Minaj. That Remy Ma, y'all remember Ether when Ether came out? Now, months before Ether, whatever the name of the damn song called with Remy Ma, before that song came out, Remy Ma did an interview. You had to go Google yourself. Did an interview with saying that, I don't know why people saying me and Nicki beefing. I don't know why they keep saying it. I guess me and Nicki gonna have to do a song together because if I make a song, they just think I'm talking about Nicki Minaj. And then she go and do this. But guess who made their appearance? She had a song that was popping. Remy Ma and Cardi B is from the Bronx, so you know they gonna fuck with each other. So this is what happened. And I think Summer Jam was like in the summer, bitch. So it had to be like June, July.
Lil' Kim and Remy Ma.
It was a Brooklyn and Bronx collab.
Lil' Kim look horrible.
But guess what collab came after? Motorsport. Motorsport came out like what, October 2017? Once again, Cardi B, she a victim. She don't know she just caught a stray. First, Quavo is the messy motherfucker in this all this shit because Quavo knew that Cardi B had just did summer jams with all of Nicki Minaj's ops. He knew that shit and he was being messy. Anyway, Nicki Minaj did her verse. Cardi B heard it. She talking about me. She talking about me. Cardi B felt this way because she knew she had just went to a homegoing celebration for this rapper. So she automatically felt some type of way without even having a conversation with Nicki Minaj. Cardi B she always just act like a victim. Like, girl, keep it real. In the verse, Nicki Minaj was talking about Remy Ma. She wasn't even talking about you. Nicki Minaj knew that Cardi B was there. Nicki Minaj saw that shit, but she was looking at Cardi B as like, damn, you know, she an upcoming rapper. She young. She probably don't know no better. She from the Bronx, so she gonna be on their side anyway. She still wanted to do a record with her off the screen of what had already just happened. If that was you, what would you have done? You wouldn't fuck with Cardi B either. If somebody, come on now. Long story short, these folks don't really have no beef. But Cardi B did use this beef to get ahead. And she used it to, make herself look good in the Bronx. Because you got to think about it. Nicki Minaj is from Queens. Them hoes don't get along with each other in real life. Like, for real. But y'all need to start rewriting history. But the only thing that I don't like about Nicki Minaj in this whole situation, Nicki Minaj did downplay the real reason. Nicki Minaj should have simply said, honestly, she was at this summer jam thing. I don't know if she got beef with me, but I know that she was hanging with some of my ops. I just wish that Nicki Minaj would have just been honest about that instead of just saying, I don't know why she feel like I'm talking about her. But anyway, let me tell you something. I'm not a damn news reporter, but I'm here to report the news. It's the fact that y'all trying to rewrite this history of this beef.
Nicki Minaj and Cardi B Twitter. Let's get into it. Let me just say this. For everybody that think Nicki talked about this girl's kids first, you're wrong. Let me tell you something. I'm on Stan Twitter, okay? I really know. I watched all this play out in live. These girls, that rapper and her sister, been sneak dissing Nicki and her son. Over a year. There's tweets out there. Them saying, Papa Bear, oh, Lisa.
I hate that music.
It really annoys me when people keep trying to switch the narrative of how this beef started. When nobody knows this beef better than anyone who's lived it in real time. I happen to be one of them people. So I'm going to give y'all a rundown, get you some popcorn, a warm, cozy blanket, and sit your ass down, get comfortable. So for years and years, even before Cardi B, record labels been trying to get them another Nicki Minaj. Like, that's true. Is that something that we can all agree on? Please don't be dense and dumb. Like, y'all know that. Offering upcoming female rappers money to diss Nicki Minaj. Thankfully, there were some real bitches and they declined, because why would you do that to yourself? Along comes Cardi B, who rose to success from her personality on reality TV show Love and Hip Hop. She then began to gain success in the music industry, and people thought that it was cool that there was another female rapper that was dominating the industry. Around this time, there was a narrative that Nicki Minaj doesn't show love to other female rappers, she don't support them, she don't pay homage, or whatever, but that was not the case. Nicki Minaj definitely congratulated Cardi on her success. I think there was a reply. Everybody thought that moment was cute, but, people were still trying to say that Nicki Minaj bitter, miserable, all that shit. Then motorsport happens, shuts the general public up for a little bit, nice little moment until the interview started. This is where the problem started, y'all. Y'all gotta get into it. Okay, so Cardi B was the first artist to get interviewed about motorsport. She mentioned that Nicki Minaj's verse was not finished when she first heard the song, and that the verse changed, and it made her confused. While I understand that may cause confusion, but from an artist standpoint, I can also understand the perfectionism behind it all. I want to make sure that my shit eats, and her shit ain't. Best verse on the song, most replayed verse on the song. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to be a barber right now. I'm trying to tell the story, factual. She also mentioned that she saw it as a big opportunity to be on a song with Nicki Minaj, people as big as them. Now, when Nicki Minaj got interviewed, she congratulated Cardi again. But she said what hurt her was the fact that you mentioned me changing my verse, but she was the whole reason as to why she had to change her verse. In Motorsport, Nicki Minaj has a line that says, if Quavo the QB, I'm Nick Lombardi. The line originally was, if Cardi the QB, I'm Nick Lombardi. Nicki Minaj was referencing the football coach, Vince Lombardi. If you don't know who that is, look it up. You'll figure it out. For years, Nicki Minaj's pen has had people in an uproar, but that particular line was good bait for people who didn't like her. And the part that really pisses me off is that y'all don't know the part that y'all play in this as well. Like, y'all were making think pieces about the original verse. Like, she was trying to sun her. It was a sunning opportunity. When no, that was not the case. This is another female rapper in the game. Like, it's like, what do y'all want? Y'all want me to support people, and then when I support people, it's some shade behind it, when no, that was not the case. She was very humble in that interview. Nicki Minaj was not being queen bitch. She was very humble in that interview. Now, around this time is when Nicki Minaj's hate train happened. It was probably like 3 rail cars connected to the train. So at this moment, any opportunity was good to get Nicki Minaj out of the game, which didn't happen. And sadly, it won't happen, y'all. Sorry. And I think when Nicki Minaj says that there's corporate giants and machines that are going against me, y'all are taking it literal, like she's some weird, crazy, schizophrenic person. No, it's not an actual giant. It's not actual machines. These are people who are pulling strings in the music industry. Yeah, y'all listen to music, but y'all don't know shit. Like, y'all don't know nothing. Now, we all know that Nicki Minaj is a lyrical genius. Most of her hottest shit is her being very lyrical. There's like 50% of the world who isn't really trying to listen to music to decipher lyrics. Low IQ. Sorry, y'all. But with Cardi B and a few ghostwriters, that 50% has someone they can listen to. They don't have to decipher lyrics. They can just throw their ass. Now, I'm going to be a real nigga and say, yes, there's a wide range of barbs, and like 45% of them are, a little cuckoo. But bottom line, the barbs were not standing for that. There was no way that you were going to compare someone who does not write their raps to someone who takes pride in writing their raps. That's one of the reasons why I like her, because no, you're not going to write shit for me. This is my business place. Like, this is where I make my money. I'm not going to pay you to do something I already know how to do and do well. Now, it wasn't too long ago that X decided to take away that messy-ass feature where you could see what everybody likes. That, combined with Stan Twitter, that was really what just took that shit like 5 notches higher. Some people would like tweets to be shady. Some people would like tweets by mistake, allegedly. Or, it's easy to fabricate someone liking tweets. In this case, this is what happened. Cardi B then confirms years later. And this is what I mean by witnessing it in real time. I used to stay under Nicki Minaj's Twitter likes. So I know for a fact that her liking something about her child was not true. Like, it was a fabricated screenshot. Nicki Minaj never did that. Me at that time, I was just like, now, girl, she ain't do that now. Like, come on, what's this about? At this time, the hate train had about 200 rail cars. Like, it was really bad to be a barber around that time. And as the years went on, there was a lot of shady shit happening, but the dialogue between them two went down. Other female rappers entered the game. Now, not to discredit any female rappers, because there are a lot of female rappers that do write their raps now. Congratulations to y'all. But everyone does know that the quickest way to get your rise to fame was to have a collaboration with Nicki Minaj. These record labels had the same playbook for each artist. Like, kiss Nicki Minaj's feet a little bit, shout her out and stuff. You get your record, you get what you get from it, and boom, you start being weird. Now, take for instance Meg Thee Stallion, and please, the Stallions, whatever she called y'all, please. When she got on that live with Nicki Minaj, she definitely shaded Cardi when she said, I'm gonna go and write some shit. Then a whole little kiki, she know what she was doing. And after her and Nicki finally had their collaboration, stuff happened between them two behind the scenes, and their dialogue also went down. A year later, WAP comes out. I mean, like, y'all don't see how that's crazy? No? Okay, cool, it's fine. But regardless of whatever her and Nicki have going on, I'm gonna get back to Cardi. Now, for years, Cardi hasn't released an album. Her last album was Invasion of Privacy, and around that time, Queen also dropped It Outsold Queen. Cool, y'all can have that. That's fine. Now, a week before y'all decided to tag along, before the beef came, the part that y'all came for, Cardi has been poking at Nicki Minaj. Like, she's been in Twitter spaces saying, specifically out of her mouth, that she was gonna outsell Pink Friday 2. Bookmark them tweets, y'all. Bookmark them tweets. They think we're not gonna sell. I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna be on top. Okay, I mean, as a female rapper, that is something that you should say. If a bitch beef with me, we gonna be forever. Cool, let's do that. Regardless of if she said Nicki Minaj's name or not, Pink Friday 2 is Nicki Minaj's line of work. You're still speaking on me. So let's talk about it. You thought you were gonna surpass me. Don't try to move the goalposts and say that my peers are Beyonce and Rihanna. No, you said you were gonna surpass Pink Friday 2. Let's talk about it. Now, mentioning each other's kids, I don't stand for that. I'm not with it. I just want y'all to know that Nicki Minaj did not mention culture in a bad way first. Cardi B had resurfaced tweets, videos of calling women monkeys and roaches. You know, specifically black women. But she laid down with a black man and now have black children. So that's what Nicki Minaj was pointing at. Like, okay, y'all right behind her so heavy, but y'all are monkeys and roaches. And now that you laid down with a black man and have black kids, are they also monkeys and roaches? Now Cardi's saying that she has tea on a 5-year-old little boy, which we all knew what was coming because people have been saying for years that maybe Papa Bear is autistic and stuff like that. Like, it's not the read that you think it is. But now you're talking about my family. You've been talking about my family. You have nothing to say about me but mentioning my family members. But now you're talking about my son. And to be fair, just off of mentioning her kids as well, I understand. But boom, since you being messy and trying to say that my son is autistic, first of all, this isn't your first time. It happened last year. Let's take it there. Boom. Cultures, blah, 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 blah. This is where I'm like, okay, no, it's time to retreat. Both sides, wrap it up. But just as I thought, she was trying to say that Papa Bear is autistic. Papa Bear is not autistic, guys. Culture is not ugly. So sorry to those kids. I just want to set the record straight, y'all, that this is how this shit happened. The way that everybody's trying to spin it, Nicki Minaj being bitter, all this and that. No, that was not the case. She was poking at her, bro. Y'all know Nicki Minaj is easy to rage bait, especially off of disrespect. Like, you're not gonna disrespect me and then think you get away with it. Like, no. The album didn't flop, but it didn't outsell me. So let's talk about it. Let's open that conversation. I also asked if we can sit on a live together. You know, maybe with the pen and paper or freestyle, and let's see who's really queen bitch. But she didn't want to. Stop spinning the wrong narrative. It really annoys me when people keep trying to switch the narrative of how this beef started, when nobody knows this beef better than anyone who's...
I'm gonna say it since nobody else will. Nicki, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up.
Girl.
Now I ain't trying to be messy, but it's some
I hate when they have that music.
Alright, y'all, so let's go ahead and set the record straight on what actually went down between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. So we are not going to go ahead and rewrite history. We are going to tell the complete facts, complete truth. We are not going to be biased when it comes to this story. And if you guys remember, Bodak Yellow went #1, and Nicki Minaj went ahead and congratulated Cardi B. While Nicki Minaj was congratulating and bigging up Cardi B, Nicki Minaj was also getting ready to get into a big rap battle with Remy Ma. Now, this had absolutely nothing to do with Cardi B. She had no type of play, no type of hand in, nothing that happened between Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj. However, Cardi B did go up on that stage when they was doing a funeral for Nicki Minaj. So that was like strike #1. However, Nicki Minaj still spent the block and did Motorsport with Cardi B. The Migos and all of them. Y'all remember Motorsport? Watch your man. Then you should watch your mouth. Cardi B went and did an interview and said, nah. She changed her verse. That's not the first verse that I heard. That's not the original verse. Nah. Unprovoked. She unprovokedly, if that's even a word, went and told the interviewer, nah, that wasn't the first verse that she was supposed to put out that I first heard. She went back in the studio and she changed her verse when she heard my verse. She tried to play Nicki Minaj, when in all reality, the conversation was that they had a conversation behind the scenes, and it was said that Nicki Minaj was asked to take Cardi B's name out of her verse. So It was a request, and Nicki Minaj respectfully went ahead and accepted the request and decided to change Cardi B's name to Quavo at the very end. Remember, she said, if Quavo the QB, then I'm Nick Lombardi. But originally, it was if Cardi the QB, I'm Nick Lombardi. Fast forward, I think that really did hurt Nicki Minaj's feelings because Nicki Minaj was like, yo, I kind of did you a favor by, you know, respecting your request, and you're going to go on the interview and kind of throw shade at me? Like, that's crazy. But still, it was all love. When Cardi B popped out pregnant, about to go ahead and do her first album, look, this picture is from Nicki Minaj going ahead and showing her love. And then the tweet. So allegedly, Cardi B came out and she said Nicki Minaj liked a tweet of somebody disrespecting her daughter, which then led to the big Harper's Bazaar moment where Cardi B threw the shoe at Nicki Minaj. Now let's just pause right there. Do y'all not understand that Cardi B later came out and said that she made a mistake pretty much and that Nicki Minaj never liked anything pertaining to her daughter? Well, that right there tells you Nicki Minaj was not the problem. Nicki Minaj did not start with Cardi B. Cardi B mistakenly looked at a troll account, thought it was Nicki Minaj, and assumed that it was Nicki Minaj, which then in turn had a domino effect, which led to everything else we've been seeing.
Respond when people ask me, they're gonna assume that it's real, and then they're gonna run with it. And I don't lie on people. I don't lie on people, and I'm not gonna let a narrative go that it's just not true. What's wrong with that? It's not discussed. It's me telling people it is a lie. It's false. The fuck? Y'all would have loved it if I would have entertained it, and if I would have been like, yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. They did set this to made up by my kid. No, that's not true. So I told people that shit is false. That is a troll. That's a troll account.
So even Cardi B herself came to the realization that she was wrong when it came to alleging that Nicki Minaj liked some type of false troll tweet or posted some tweet or whatever the case may be when it came to her daughter. So when people say Nicki Minaj is starting with her for no reason, Nicki Minaj starting with her for no reason, no, this dates all the way back to the beginning when Cardi B thought that Nicki Minaj was liking tweets and being shady when in reality it was false. Which then led to the shoe being thrown at Nicki Minaj, and from there, it's always going to be up. You're not going to throw a shoe at me and then think that we're going to be friendly. And then throw shots at me and music and all of that and think that we're going to be friendly. That's not how this works. And then if y'all want to be real, fast forward to 2024, Cardi B and Hennessy was allegedly on Twitter throwing shade at Papa Bear for not being able to read or write or talk and being nonverbal, allegedly. And if y'all want to say, oh, nah, they wasn't talking about that, it wasn't talking about, nah, it's funny that now all of a sudden come to today's day and age, Cardi B is throwing out that she got information about Papa Bear's medical history and shit like that. But you wasn't being shady back in 2024, right? But now you all of a sudden got medical history, right? So when y'all say, oh, Nicki Minaj is doing all of this for no reason, no, you have to look back and look at the beginning, the middle, and now look at what we are now. Nicki Minaj is not just jumping out and attacking this woman for no reason. This woman literally threw a shoe at Nicki Minaj for no reason after standing shoulder to shoulder with her at the Harper's Bazaar event. They were literally shoulder to shoulder, right? Like Cardi B was like arm length. They could have easily had a conversation, talked, fought, whatever Cardi B wanted to do, but she waited until security was around to get hyped. There was never no real beef with Nicki Minaj because Cardi B know that all of that was fake and it was made up in order to prop her career up, and she ran with it. But without being biased, like I said, I'm just putting the facts out there. Cardi B definitely started with Nicki Minaj first. Nicki Minaj just ended it, and Nicki Minaj just finally putting a stamp on, yo, it's a wrap. After I finish addressing you with this, we don't need to go back and forth no more. It's over with. Leave this shit alone. Like, yo, you a culture vulture. You're yo, just leave it alone at this point. But if you didn't know the backstory, that's pretty much your backstory on how the beef between them started. It started with a troll account creating a fake like or whatever the case may be with Nicki Minaj persona and making Cardi B believe that it was Nicki Minaj being shady when in all reality it wasn't. And that's what went ahead and transcended this beef to go through the roof because everything that happened after that was a result of that one incident. But
Hey, what's up, y'all? So I'm just, I said I was gonna get through with Cardi, but I promised to God, like all of this is going on between her and Nicki Minaj and just doing all this Twitter beef, X, whatever it's called now. Listen, they one and the same. It's like the skillet calling the kettle black. Nicki Minaj want to talk about Cardi B, but she ain't no better than Cardi. She might be a little worse. You know what I'm saying? So it's just.
Let me make myself very clear. I love me some Nicki Minaj. Like the Nicki Minaj that was giving us starships, okay? I used to cut the fuck up to that.
2018 all over again. Nicki Minaj and Cardi B are going at it on Twitter. You must have missed me, huh, crazy? Now kiss my feet. I'm guessing Nicki had tweeted something and I missed it. I don't know, but this is what I saw first. Nothing more annoying than a bored bitch. The power I have. Make these bitches come out of rehab every time. Go to your fucking room. Cocaine Barbie. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Your men have the snatch pussy. Pussy tastes like honeycomb. Your bro be touching 12-year-olds. Oh my. Damn, she was streaming Magnet hard as hell, huh? And Magnet is the song where Cardi dissed JT. Cardi then posted this picture. This is Nicki Minaj's brother. This is his mugshot with a Nicki Minaj bob on it. Okay, Photoshop skills. And this is the original picture of the mugshot. Nah, cause I was really baking ribs and making blondie brownies, and here come this bitch bothering me on a damn Monday. Why you keep bringing up my album? It's not the gag that you think it is. You've been in the game like 16 years. You need to compare yourself to your peers that started around your time. Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Drake. These are the numbers you need to be competing with, and you can't because you're doing lower than all of them. I was in high school when you came out. What the fuck is wrong with you comparing yourself to me for? All right, now this is the third tweet talking about my pregnancy. Like you wasn't going to different fertility doctors because you couldn't reproduce from all them perks scrambling your eggs. Not allegedly. Lord protect my babies. And these are some of Nicki's tweets. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, rap like Barney, still ugly. Some more from Nicki. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, surgery to look like me. Sell the rat and sell Jay-Z, Rico fraud and perjury. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, pregnant, play with his pussy. And this is a dig at Stephon Diggs, no pun intended, because they say Diggs likes to dig in boy butt. Allegedly, I don't know this to be true, that's just what they say. Another tweet from Nicki. Raw dog and pregnant with the fourth baby. Barney B, BV, HPV, allegedly. And then we have the icon, Roger Smith, bending over, checking his nooks and crannies to make sure everything looks right. Nicki tweeted Barney in his Cardi B wig. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, falling off the charts with a big belly. Running trains, barefoot, still smelly. Still, you could not outsell me. Well, that's what I was able to get. I'm happy to see them still beefing. I'm not going to lie, I enjoy this type of drama. Let them keep going. It's 2018 all over again. Nicki Minaj and
So Cardi said she was done and wasn't responding to Nicki anymore, but I think this tweet right here may have set her off because after she said she was done responding, she must have seen this and started responding again. Nicki said, "Dear Culture Vulture, your mom is pregnant with another monkey to add to her litter. The gag is that she was jealous of a little baby boy simply because his hair was longer than all four of you bald monkeys put together." Yikes, that is insane work. Cardi responded and said, "I'm letting you know again, stop playing with my kid. You just mad because your son's favorite color is 5. Get the F on, you crackhead." Then she said, "Quiet as kept. The truth is, Nicki has been diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar for almost 9 years, and she's also on heavy drugs, cocaine, perks, and Xans, allegedly." Cardi said Nicki don't listen to anyone around her except for Kenneth Petty, and that's why he keeps her sedated so he could keep swiping her Amex. This user replied to Cardi B and said the Nicki Minaj and Cardi B beef feels like Peter Griffin and Ernie the Giant Chicken. Never ends. And this is facts because they've been beefing for like over 10 years now. I wonder how long this is going to go on.
I have a conspiracy theory about this whole Cardi B and Nicki Minaj back and forth shit. And it all has to do with timing and marketing. And this might be a little bit over 3 minutes, so you might need to put this shit into a speed, but just follow me. When you sit back and you think about Beyonce's team, like Beyonce could never be who she was without her fucking team. They are fucking geniuses at what they fucking do. And I really need people to recognize the geniusness in Cardi B's marketing team. Her PR team is top tier. And that is something that Nicki Minaj, she just lacks. She does not have it. I don't care what nobody says. Nicki does not have the team that Cardi and Beyonce currently possess. Right? And you think about the timing of every time Nicki goes on a rant about something or somebody, especially when it comes to female rappers, it has to be around the time that they're either releasing new music or they're receiving some type of recognition or accolade that she feels that she deserves. And I want you to go and look into all of the female rappers that have come after her that she's beef with, that has said that. Look and see if they've ever said that they are the number one. They're the queen of rap. They are the best lyricists. They best writers. Like literally, I want you to go find me a video and tag me in it when you can find any of them saying that they are better than Nicki and that they are number one. And there is no fucking higher. In fact, you probably will find more videos of them paying homage, paying respect, giving her flowers, telling people that they were fans and that they used to look up to her. They may not want to be exactly like her, but she was some form of inspiration, showing them like you can actually do it and this is what you can fucking be, right? But when it comes back down to Nicki and this whole marketing thing, these record labels now know, based off of Nicki's history of getting online and going on these fucking rants, that she is the number one marketing tool for female rappers. Number one marketing tool. I think it's almost to the point where they intentionally like cause chaos amongst the fan bases so that Nicki can take the bait, so that she can go on the rants. Because what usually happens when the music gets dropped by these female rappers? They go number one. The Barbs always clock in for free, and Nicki always clocks in for free like clockwork. They literally get the number one marketing tool for fucking free. And if you don't think that Cardi B's team knew that this was the ace in the fucking hole, you got to be out your rabbit ass mind. They knew that the Barbs were foaming at the fucking mouth for that album to drop so that they can listen to it. And when you listen to albums or when you're streaming it, that's additional spins that eventually equivalent to additional album fucking sales. They already knew Nicki was going to listen to them motherfucker. Nicki probably got an early copy so that she could literally dissect every fucking lyric to ensure that nothing was said about her. And if it was something said about her, she was going to get online and address it. But they already knew the big bambino, the ace in the hole, was always going to come through. Nicki is old faithful at this point. Like that, the recipe when you are putting out a female rapper is to use Nicki misery for marketing, because she's gonna always come off as the aggressor. She's gonna always come off as this fucking bully. And what do people love more than anything? A motherfucking underdog. A motherfucking underdog. And like clockwork, when they release the music, it goes number fucking one. And they have nobody else to thank for that besides the motherfucking Barbs and Nicki Minaj. Like, thanks for the free fucking promo. Thanks for all the think pieces. Like, whenever you see them get online and talk shit about music, what you do? You want to go listen to it too, just to see what the fuck they're talking about. Which what? Equivalates to additional spins and more album sales. So we can talk about the first week sales all the fuck we want. But let's talk about the trajectory of this motherfucking album. We can, not including WAP or whatever the other song is, it's gonna do more than 200,000. So y'all can keep talking about the fucking first week sales all you want to. This shit is about to go. And it's all thanks to the Barbs. Cardi already had the Bardi game in her fucking corner. All she needed was the Barbs to tap in, and that's all she wrote. She's good. This album's going to do everything that it was supposed to do. Y'all, I have a conspiracy theory about this whole Cardi B and Nicki Minaj back and forth shit. And it all has to do with timing and...
After nearly 48 hours of font fight and text tussling and trading insults in the streets of social media, this beef between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj has reached the bottomless pit of hell. Listen, we're not new to this. And for years, we have watched these two throw shade and go back and forth like two play cousins at the family barbecue that you got to keep apart because they're going to start fighting before we even get to do the electric slide. But today is the day that we have reached the point of no return because they done brought the kids into it. And everyone knows women and children are off limits. So if you have two women who are going at it, both of these ladies should know that kids are off limits, but here we are. Nicki Minaj shared this incredibly vile tweet publicly on Twitter. No, I'm not reading this. And then Cardi B responded with this particular tweet. And I'm not reading this one either. And as bad as those tweets were, that was just the tip of the iceberg. Everyone knows Cardi B has a hairline trigger when it comes to her temper. And Nicki Minaj knew by talking about this woman's children, she would send her to infinity and beyond. But in a surprising turn of events, Cardi B penned an open letter to Nicki Minaj. I'll read this. It says, Dear Anika Tanya Mirage, this is my last time responding to you because this past Twitter now. I gotta see you. But first, I'm going to tell you the truth. You said out your own mouth that the little girl and you haven't forgave your mother yet. And that's because your mom used to stay silent when your dad used to touch on you every time he did that crack pipe. I know you experienced a lot of trauma and abuse, but drugs is not going to help you. You need to go get therapy now. I'm going to let you know this today. Your husband is not stopping you from your actions because he lets you do drugs all day to numb you so he can max out your credit card. Yeah, think I didn't know? Them queen N-words that you be letting in your house, every time you kick them out, they be coming and spilling your tea in the hood. But I'm going to be the realest person to ever tell you, you need to get help. You need to heal that trauma. You always coming at people every time you see them happy because you got so much trauma and pain that you want to put on others. Your fans are going to gas you up while you literally lose your GD mind. You have no friends, no family, just that man in your house that let you do drugs till you pass out so he can spend your money and buy the hood chains. I'm not throwing away my career and my endorsements going back and forth with words with a possessed drug addict. I'll see you when I see you. Now, I don't know what part of town you from, but where I'm from, I'll see you when I see you is a very clear message. It is truly unfortunate that the beef between these two ladies has come to this. Be sure to visit icecreamcombos.com to get the full scoop on this story. The link is in my bio.
I see you
I think
when I
Cardi B
see
just
you.
ended the ongoing drama between her and Nicki Minaj. These women have been going back and forth for the past 3 days, and it got really bad when Nicki dragged in Cardi's daughter and called her a roach and a monkey. Then Cardi called Nicki's son nonverbal because she effed him up with drugs. And now Cardi has seemed to put out a final statement about this. She starts off by saying, Dear Onika Tanya Mirage, like not the full government name. This is my last time responding to you because this past Twitter now. I gotta
We
see
just
you,
heard
but
this.
first I'm gonna tell you the truth. You said out of your own mouth that
We just heard that. Yeah, I never mind my hair. Put some twist in it for tomorrow.
The best of her. Some of her anger is a bit of delusion. Some of the things that she thinks and make up, they're all hypothetical.
And with this whole Cardi and Nicki situation, I said I wasn't going to touch on this, but this is a true depiction of how people will literally hate you for using your 24 hours better than they use theirs. They want to sit and tweet and talk on Twitter and stuff like that instead of getting in the booth when you actually out here on the ground in the field working while being pregnant. And they will literally hate you for that. Like, babe, we have the same 24 hours. Just because I'm utilizing mine better than you're utilizing yours, that's not my issue.
And of course, with them, it's a lot of other deep-rooted issues that's going on over there, as we can tell with them throwing the kids in it and stuff like that. But it's also like, I'm pretty sure Nicki expected for Cardi to fail. She didn't expect her to do as well as she did. She didn't expect her to be out here meeting her fans face to face, barefoot, promoting her album in the middle of the street. She didn't expect that. Again, all while pregnant. So now it's like, dang, you know, I'm a little bit jealous of you now. The jealous is not even a little bit. The jealousy in me, the envy in me is up here now. It was up here already, but now it's busting through the roof at this point. And it's like she cannot fathom somebody being on her level. She wants them to be beneath her. And it's a lot of people that's out here like that. Them family members that you got that want, that they like to see you struggle, but as soon as you break out of that struggle, as soon as you break that glass ceiling, now it's, oh, you think you too good. Oh, you don't forget where you came from. You can't give me no money. They asking for handouts and stuff like that. Like, we all done dealt with this. And it's just like, it's I'm not gonna say it's crazy to see it in the music industry, because I mean, I don't put nothing past nobody, but it's just like to see Nicki ruin her legacy because she's a hater, because she wants to be weird to the other people that came after her, is crazy. Do she not know what type of force they could be if they actually were able to collab with each other? If they were able to all get along and do stuff? Of course, they women gonna be catty and stuff like that, but I feel like it should never get to this, to where it's like, dear darling, I hate your stinking guts. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's very weird. And you got to watch out for people that move like that, because, ooh, I almost fell. See? They trying to knock me off. Anyways, I'm just yapping. I'm finna go out here and take a walk, and then we going to go get some nothing but cakes later, nothing but cakes. So I'm going to call y'all back. Bye. And with this whole Cardi...
You mean to tell me Nicki Minaj just tweeted, pull up, we in New York at Cardi B? Y'all, I had to get on my Zoom. I know it's late. I don't usually come on here. You know, it's a lot of things going on. Today's the last day for the payout for TikTok. So I'm like, let me get on my Zoom real quick. Y'all, Nicki just tweeted at Cardi B, pull up, we in New York. First and foremost, I got some things to say, Nicki. Don't let these people on this internet gas you up to get into a physical altercation with Cardi B. That's number one. Number two, you waited until this lady was pregnant to tell her to pull up. Y'all been beefing for up 10 years before this lady was getting pregnant. But now you want her to pull up. She's pregnant. You know she's not going to pull up. It's just all barking and no biting. Listen, that is crazy. You didn't have this energy before then. And also, what's even crazier is it's your son's 5th birthday. And you're tweeting at Cardi B to pull up. That is ridiculous to me. That is ridiculous. Nobody cares about the children anymore. Nobody cares about the children anymore. It's ridiculous. This is crazy. Isn't Nicki like 42 years old? You telling somebody to pull up to fight? Nicki, please. You know Cardi can't fight. She pregnant. So it's either going to be Hennessy or worse. Because you know. Listen, I ain't even going. This is crazy.
A lot of times I try to keep my mouth shut. I try to mind my own business. But when it comes to defending Nicki Minaj, my mouth has no seal. So let's get it. A lot of
If you not on Nicki's side between this whole beef, bitch, unfollow me now. I'm just letting y'all know, bitch, I'm choosing Nicki.
And it is what it is, Roach.
It is what it is, roaches.
I know I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back now. And I'm back to pop my shit. And you already know I'm Team Nicki, okay? Team Nicki, I don't give a damn. Get the hell on if you don't like it. But I'm about to chime in and put my goddamn 2 cents in. And I don't give a damn about y'all saying Nicki old, she old.
that don't mean she got to take her foot off these bitches' necks. Because y'all been poking with Nicki for a while, but y'all cry when she poked back. And she is not on coke, okay? When you on coke, you don't write like that and you don't spit like that. You be all fucked up. So them coke allegations, out of there. Cardi B, she been started with Nicki. Her whole label sent her after Nicki. That's why she got a whole new face. If you actually look at her, she try to look like Nicki. Cardi B is not the same Cardi B when she first came out. She a whole different person. And like Ice Spice said, bitch's face changed. Because you put an old picture to that new picture, that's a whole different person. That ain't even the same. And another thing, Cardi B always saying somebody talking about her kids. She like one of them people that want sympathy all the time. Ain't nobody even talking about your kids. You is a culture vulture. You are. And then you keep saying the N-word like you black. You not black. Your kid's blacker than you. So I don't know why you keep saying the N-word. That's why you can't let these different nationalities a part of the culture. Okay? And I don't even know why you named your daughter that. Because every time somebody say culture, you just swear they talking about your child. And they actually talking about you. And Nicki don't even talk about people's kids. And at the time you talking about she was talking about your kids, she didn't even have no kids at that time. So she damn sure wasn't talking about nobody's kids. You was talking about somebody dead baby on the internet. Okay? Some random chick you was getting into it with. So you know for talking about people's kids. That's why you trying to fight her on that red carpet talking, you said something about my daughter. You said something about my daughter. She's like, I ain't say shit about your daughter. And trying to find out she didn't say nothing about your daughter. And just like now, when she said she gonna kick you in the gums, you talking about you gonna kick my daughter in the gums? Or your kid in the gums? Like, no, that's not even what she said. But you always making something about your kids. So you a little sneaky ass little chick. You gotta watch you. Just like you gotta watch Megan. Because Megan the type of chick that'll be smiling up in your face and be trying to holler at your man on the side. So you gotta watch bitches like you. And one thing I do hate, I hate that y'all keep calling her husband a pedophile. Do you know what a pedophile is? A pedophile like little children. Little children. 7 and under, okay? Little ass kids like that. They be looking up child P. I mean, like looking at child stuff on the internet. You know what I'm talking about. Her and that guy was around the same age. She got caught and didn't want to get in trouble, so she lied. Then she came out and said she lied. Then she tried to sue them for $2 million and lost. So that girl was already a liar. And yeah, he had to get on the sex offender list because that's what he went to jail for. But that's not a pedophile. But like I said, y'all pick and choose. Because y'all praise Beyonce, but Jay-Z was messing around with Foxy Brown when she was 15. Sleeping with her and everything. And what did Beyonce do? She got with him, even though she already knew that. And then y'all keep saying, stop bringing up her husband. Beyonce gonna say something about you keep bringing up her husband. Beyonce know what kind of husband she got, okay? That's why he won't have that DNA test for that boy, because he know if he do, that means he gonna admit that he had a sexual relationship with an underage girl. She know what type of man she got. And y'all keep saying Solange gonna handle her. Solange don't even mess with Beyonce. Y'all didn't know Beyonce and Solange don't even mess with each other like that no more? Ever since that shit on the elevator, they ain't been messing around like that. If you really think about it. And you think that she gonna defend Jay-Z? Solange ain't about to defend Jay-Z after he done cheated on her sister? Absolutely not. And you gotta remember, she's talking about Jay-Z. She didn't say nothing about Beyonce. She's talking about Jay-Z. And everything she called Jay-Z out on be the truth. But like I said, y'all pick and choose. Just like that elevator situation, she chose her man over her sister. Saucy Santana so mad that Nicki ain't never give him that feature. He don't know what to do. Him and Miami been talking about JT. That's why her and JT not friends. And when Miami got with Puff Daddy, she thought she was all that. And threw her to the side. And like Nicki said, why y'all ain't say nothing when Cardi B was going off on her? That's because y'all not her friend. Y'all not her friend. You're fake. Because Miami thought she was all that when she was with Puff Daddy. And look at her now. And you can say all that about Uzi Vert, but ain't no allegations ever came out about him. Ain't nobody ever came out talking about Uzi Vert, did they? Nope. But you got a new man that got rape allegations, playing with his badussi, as you say. And then you on that podcast talking about how important it is to start going down on a man. And meanwhile, you don't even know what your man thing done been. It could have been up in somebody's badussi. Clock that. And then you going off on Ice Spice. For what? For what? What did she say? What did she say? something about changing faces. Your face changed. Clearly, you was offended by that because who the hell knew she was talking about you? Nobody. But you tweaking out about that, and you actually think you about to beat somebody up. Like, nobody's scared of you. You all mouth. You talk too damn much. That's why you ain't got a husband now. Because you run your mouth too much. Every situation y'all had, you brought to the internet. You told the internet all your business, and still is. So your ass talk too much. And that's why you and your new man ain't gonna work, because you talk too damn much. See, the industry can't handle Nicki. Y'all can't handle Nicki. That's why her label was so busy trying to push Cardi B to bypass Nicki, outsell Nicki, outsell Nicki. I swear to God, I truly believe her label bought half of those albums. I believe they bought half of them. Because I remember when artists used to go out and buy their own CDs just so they could sell and reach number one. So I don't even believe you sold 200. And then they give me your album a 4 out of a 10. And then I went on like the charts. Your songs is charting in 40s. In the 40s. It's not even charting the top 10. When Nicki album came up, her whole album was on the charts. Okay? Her whole album was on the charts. You look up your songs, they in the 40s. And that's all with you and Janet, it was like 99 at the bottom. So that's how I really don't think you sold 200,000. Now you probably streamed because people wanted to hear it before they actually bought it. And it's $5.99. I don't know, it's not $5. It's $4.99 or $5. One of them the same price as shit at Five Below. So that cheap ass album, why not buy it? It's $5. Shit, you only like 2 songs on there. And the thing is too, you talking about she need rehab. Weren't you popping pills? Weren't you drugging people, robbing them? Nicki was a 4.0 average student, okay? 4.0. She went to a performing arts school, okay? So she has talent. She could probably rap you in a different fucking language, okay? You were so busy trying to outsell Nicki, bragging about it, because that was your goal. I'm going to outsell your favorite rapper. Instead of just trying to sell, you started talking about your favorite rapper. So that's how we know you was in competition with Nicki. And if anybody come to your job and tell you old and you need to retire, please, you think I'm going to do that? You think you going to disrespect me like that? Girl, bye. I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. And that's just like a young girl on the street trying to tell an older woman, she ain't shit, you old. And you think they be taking that? Hell no, they don't take that shit lightly. Next thing you know, they be arguing and fighting. So I'd be damn if somebody come to my job and tell me I'm old and I need to die. Girl, bye. I'm going to show you how old I am. You talk about you the number one rapper. You don't even write no damn music. You recite the music. That's just like somebody that delivered a damn pizza. They don't make the pizza. They just deliver it. So you're not writing no music. You're just delivering it. And half the time you can't even understand what the fuck you're saying. And then y'all be stealing stuff from underground rappers. But just like you stole that from somebody. Yeah, you saying they gonna say, oh, she blew it up, but she stole somebody else's song. That was somebody else's, not hers. Then you rapping Glory Hole. That ain't even nothing you came up with. You stole that shit from a battle rapper. See, that's why you shouldn't let people write your music. Because you don't know what they gonna get your ass into. Because they done got you in some shit. And that's what's wrong with rappers nowadays. Don't nobody write no music. Don't nobody write no music for Nicki. Don't nobody write her music. She write her own music. You can tell by how y'all arguing. She write her music. You don't write shit down. You don't write nothing. Nicki write all her stuff. Okay? And I'm telling you, she can out-rap everybody. She can really out-rap a man. Cardi, who they comparing you to? Sweetie. That's about it. At least Sweetie, you can understand what she's saying. We actually gonna compare you to Jocelyn. That's who you compare to, Jocelyn. Yeah, that's who you rap like. So, yeah. So.
And we're going to end with that. Y'all hit the like and subscribe button. Thank y'all for watching again.